What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say method acting? Let me guess.
I just want her to know that I don't care about the scars.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
Yeah, baby. I'll change my whole fucking life for you. I'll do anything you want, baby.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Any of those ring a bell? The idea of method acting, or the method, is an idea commonly associated with a niche group of white male actors who really like self-punishment. But in regards to the origins of the famed method, anyone in the know will point you to one esteemed Russian, Konstantin Stanislavski.
So who would you say is a good actor in Hollywood at this time?
I'm not in Hollywood at this time, so how can I say who's a good actor? I'm here. Here there's a good actor. You see the flash, the lightning? Listen, tell me, can Marlon Brando do that? Can Al Pacino, fucking Pacino, can you do that? No. Only Stanislavski can bring in the lightning and the thunder on cue. On cue. And this is what you can do when you're a good actor, because you are totally in harmony with that which is natural. You cannot miss.
And I'm here to tell you that this
Really, really bad.
is not what Stanislavski believed in. No, what Stanislavski believed in was, as author Allison Hodge so dutifully put it,
in the system, action denotes what the actor does to solve the problem set before the character by the given circumstances of the play and production. Thus, action seeks to accomplish something, to persuade an opponent, to climb the ladder of success, to revenge one father's death. Expressed as an active verb, action is both mental and physical. It must be apt in relationship to the circumstances.
given circumstances. If that's new terminology for you, you must not have spoken to an acting professor recently. Given circumstances are, well, they're the set of circumstances given to you. The actor, director, set designer, whoever you are reading a play. These circumstances are most commonly found in the stage directions, the little italicized words between the dialogue, and are often cleverly interwoven into the dialogue. But I'm not here to lecture you about play analysis, believe it or not. I'm actually here to discuss the only known American to have actually properly trained with Stanislavski himself. And I'll give you a hint. It's not Marlon Brando. But it is his teacher, Stella Adler. And roll the iconic clip. Stella! Yes, the Yiddish queen of theater as well as the queen of Yiddish theater, Stella Adler was brought up into the theatrical realm by her parents who were also performers, and well, she just never left. But, as exciting as Stella's career was, her primary contribution to the acting world was her teachings, which were derived directly from, well, I'll just let her say it.
What Mr. Stanislavski developed is profound influence on everybody.
Everybody, including and especially Stella Adler. And in her early acting career, Adler became frustrated with the status quo of acting and people's interpretations of the so-called method.
Well, the moment you heard that there was a Stanislavski method, everybody said, well, I know the method, I know the method, I know the method. And so in America, it got very, very confused and confused the actors and was not as clear as taking a piano lesson where you have to learn the keys. They don't change.
That's right.
For anybody.
Sure.
And so that was missing.
So, now seems like an appropriate time to bring up a contemporary of Adler that didn't feel that anything was missing. Lee Strasberg. And they say you can only be described truly by your peers. And boy, did Lee Strasberg's peers have an earful to say about him.
Nobody had a neutral reaction to Lee Strasberg. People either were worshipers and acolytes, or that despised him?
Egocentric, I would say. Completely.
Brilliant, irascible,
Intuitive.
childish.
Perceptive.
Occasionally very kind, and too often a bit cruel.
Lee Strasberg, loved or hated, encouraged a specific style of acting in which the actors meant to draw upon their own life experiences and incorporate them into the performance to create a quote-unquote real performance. This is often referred to as emotional recall. But wait, that sounds like method acting.
Really, really bad.
Yes, from mailing live rats to castmates to living in a wheelchair to running a marathon, some actors go a long way to have a real-life experience tie into a role. But others find this method to be quite emotionally taxing, or as Swedish actor, director, and playwright Peter Stormare so eloquently opined,
I think that's all phony bullshit.
Stella Adler in particular recalled acting with Strasberg's version of the method as anxiety-inducing. She reported having a great deal of stress about these ideas of emotional recall, once saying, "Drawing on the emotions I experienced, for example, when my mother died, to create a role is sick and schizophrenic. If that's acting, I don't want to do it." Having worked closely with Strasberg for years and grown uncomfortable with his practices, Adler decided to go straight to the source and ask about the truth of method acting.
People always ask me about my method. They say to me, "Konstantin, what is acting?" Well, I look at them and I say everything is acting. But there's good acting and then there's bad acting. How to be a good actor? It's very simple. Don't be a bad actor.
Adler found herself in Stanislavski's company for 5 weeks of intensive training, which, from what I can gather, likely sounded a lot like this.
Look here, there's a tree over to my right. You just have a look. See this tree, huh? Now look. This tree, is this tree trying to be a tree? No. This man who's knocking behind me, huh? Is he trying to knock? No, because if he tries to knock, he hits his finger or something crazy, huh? There is a king, there is a duchess inside of all of us.
So in other words, it sounds like what you're saying is acting is being.
Nothing less than being. But being good, not being phony. This is an American word, not phony. It's a very good word, phony. What? Phony. What is phony? Look, you see this, a mouse running? You see that mouse running? Now take a stick. Take a stick and go after that mouse. Hit the mouse. Hit him. Now, where's the rhythm? You hit the mouse, you kill the mouse. That's the rhythm. If you're going to kill a mouse with the stick, you do it in a way which makes the mouse die.
But for 5 weeks straight. Adler had asked and received. Stanislavski had abandoned any notion of emotional recall in favor of living naturally and truthfully in the given imaginary circumstances. And after 5 weeks of the most intensive acting workshop money could buy, Stella Adler returned to the US with information. She knew the truth of Stanislavski's teachings, and Lee Strasberg did not. It didn't take long for Adler to move on from the group theater, the theatrical company she and Strasberg were a part of, onto Erwin Piscator's dramatic workshop, and then later on to her very own titular acting school, the Stella Adler Conservatory of Theater, a conservatory whose laundry list of A-list alumni is certainly remarkable. To give you a taste, I'll let you listen in on Stella Adler grilling a still green Mark Ruffalo, and I'm not talking about Hulk Green.
See, I have changed. Okay, if an actor came in dressed as you are dressed, he would be asked to leave the theater and not come back, because I don't see that you would dare wear anything like that. It belongs to you. It's your own, isn't it?
No, it's not.
You borrowed it.
I stole it.
Now, you mustn't put anything on your body
which doesn't feed the play and which doesn't feed your soul. Because you're not acting words. You are not acting words. That is not part of the tradition in which this playwright wrote a play. You cannot dress that way. You cannot use a bottle that way. You cannot use candles that way. And I don't want to be subjected to it. Do you understand? I can't get anywhere with you in the part.
And I apologize for not being prepared.
I accept your apology, knowing that it will help you and that you will do a lot to change it.
Did I mention she was brutal? Ironically, in the same vein of Strasberg, Adler was known by her students to be an angel, a devil, cruel, and insightful. And what she provided to the theatrical world was not dissimilar and arguably greater in impact than Strasberg or Meisner or whoever else claimed Stanislavski in fame. The difference between Adler and the rest lies squarely in the fact that she might have actually known a thing or two about what Stanislavski believed in. All of the others had their own ideas, muddied with someone else's idea of Stanislavski's ideas. Adler taught from direct experience. And for that we should all be grateful, because without her bringing Stanislavski's updated teachings to the US, we'd have a lot more of these.
Really, really bad.
Thank you for bringing it back home, Stella. We appreciate it.